Hey everybody, SW Gaming here, and I hope that everyone's enjoying their day so far. This week has been huge in terms of Star Wars releases, updates, product reveals, and everything in between. Of course, what I consider to be one of the biggest reveals was the official cover for LEGO Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, and what I believe to be is the standard version cover. A few articles and updates were also released on Monday, May 4th that gave us some updates about the overall game's functions and status, as well as hinting at when we should expect the final trailer and release date. Now, everything I cover in this video either comes from the game's developers, TT Games, or the official Star Wars website, so the information is credible, but of course I'm going to throw in my own speculation here and there based on the new information that we've been given about the game. The links to the articles will be listed down below in the description, so let's get into what's new. Even though we got some news and updates on Monday in addition to the cover image, I'm not going to be recycling this information and trying to crank out as many videos as possible about the cover, because at the end of the day, it's still just a cover image and doesn't have anything to do with the actual release date or gameplay footage. So this video will more than likely be the only one with updates for a while, and later on I'll talk about when we could expect more news on the game itself. I released a video talking about the cover more in depth on Monday, but I'll go ahead and just quickly give my thoughts about it once more. It's a very daunting and difficult task to include 9 films into one game, let alone one piece of art that has to fit the specific dimensions for a game cover. I'm not sure who designed it, if it was TT Games themselves, or someone over at Warner Bros. Games, but either way, the person or team that worked on this cover I believe did an overall amazing job, and I don't have many major complaints about it. I don't think that I've ever had a cover make me more or so excited for a game such as this one did, and I'm very appreciative that the majority of the cover includes prequel and original trilogy material, which makes me believe that the people working on this game really know what Star Wars fans like, dislike, and want from this game. If you happen to watch any of my level speculation videos, I often talk about my hopes for the battles within the game, and that I want them to feel like an actual battle, somewhat like in Battlefront 2, but obviously in LEGO form. So the fact that the cover emphasizes not only one, but 2 major battles from different eras really excites me for what is to come. I also see 2 potential LEGO sets that we could expect to see hit shelves sometime in the near future, and those 2 are a new Death Star with paneling and the Naboo Royal Starship, which have never been made in an actual LEGO set. Every other vehicle in this cover has either been released before or will be released soon, such as the AT-AT, which looks like it will be the new one coming this August. When it's all said and done though, it's just a game cover, and what we really care about is the actual game itself. Now, I do believe that this will be the standard edition cover, and I'm highly positive that there will be a deluxe version announced later on, although that's still just speculation at this point, but many major game titles have multiple versions available, and that was no different from The Force Awakens from 2016. I've also done a video in the past where I talk about what exclusive minifigure we could get with a deluxe version, and I'm still hoping that it's a Darth Vader with side, leg, and arm printing since it is the Skywalker Saga. Let me know down below though what potential exclusive minifig you'd like to see if we do get that deluxe version though. The first piece that we're going to be looking at is a short article published on TT Games website, and is arguably the most important update in terms of when we could expect to see a release date or final trailer for the game. TT Games has decided to call the revealed image key art instead of just a cover image, but what we really want to focus on here is the little blurb at the bottom, which reads, LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga is set to release later this year, and more information on the game will come this summer. So right off the bat, that kind of debunks the rumor of a summer release, so I think I'm kind of wrong. I was wrong in that aspect in the past, but it opens up more potential release dates. So first off, it's good to know that TT Games has finally given us some kind of window on when to expect the next update or reveal, but summer is honestly rather vague. Summer could mean as early as next month in June or even in early August. So we could be looking at another month or 2 before anything else substantially gets revealed. I'm going to go ahead and say that the next update will include the final trailer for the game, as well as the official release date, alongside any other products releasing, such as a deluxe version that we've talked about. Now, this is, of course, just speculation again, but I think it's safe to assume at this point that TT Games was planning to reveal this information at E3 2020, and it was going to be a huge event not only for the company, but also the public. It's also been the plan all along to not only release the cover at this point in time that I believe, and then of course you'd wait for an official reveal later in the year during summer, but with E3's cancellation due to the recent world events, something I don't have to tell you about, they'll probably reveal some new information either during their own event or alongside another gaming event such as a Nintendo Direct or Xbox event, but of course speculation once again. Since E3 was supposed to occur during June 9th through the 11th, I'm going to guess that we should get another update somewhere around that date, but maybe later in the month now. We'll just have to wait and find out. With this new information, it looks like a summer release will be very unlikely unless it is released sometime in August or September, which could be considered early fall, but who knows. They could release the game all the way into November, which I'm praying that they hopefully don't, but they could plan a winter release since no new Star Wars content is getting released this summer, as far as I know at the moment. We should also keep in mind that the Mandalorian Razor Crest set with the unlockable code for the game releases in September, and I think it'd be kind of foolish if the game were to release after the set, because that makes the code invalid and pointless for the time between the set and the game's release. We also still have no word if that is a standard code or if each code will be unique to the set. We could also see a release on September 1st alongside the set's release, but once again, more speculation about everything possible and what would seem to make sense in this case. The next news that we got this Monday was an article published on the official Star Wars website, which gave us some new insights into what to expect, as well as there will be over 500 characters in total, which I think is safe to assume is a mix of both playable and non-playable characters. There's a whole article that I suggest giving a read or look at, but we're going to focus on some more of the more interesting moments during the interview. This interview takes place between Dan Brooks and Jonathan Smith, head of production and strategic director at TT Games, as well as Craig Derrick, managing producer at Lucasfilm Games, as they discuss overall development on the Skywalker Saga. One of my favorite quotes comes from Craig, and you can just tell that everyone working on the game has a real passion for both LEGO and Star Wars, so I'm assuming that the lack of updates with this game really comes from a marketing team and or the business side of gaming that isn't talked about as much as the developers and artists are, and are typically blamed for the lack of updates. According to Craig, we all knew early that we had to do this right. We had to do it well, and to respect what has come before while bringing new elements to the franchise. We needed the game to feel epic in scope and scale while bringing the player intimately closer to the action like never before. This required new technology, new game mechanics, and a passionate team of developers to create a cast of hundreds and all the familiar worlds they populate, all with the charm and humor you would expect with a LEGO Star Wars game. Quite frankly, this game is massive because it had to be. Later on in the article, Craig also talks about the vast quantity of characters that this game will offer, and like I've mentioned previously, it seems like this number includes both playable and non-playable characters. Craig also reveals that Yaddle will be included in this game, and I would be quite surprised to find out that she's a playable character, but nonetheless, her appearance just goes to show how vast the character depth will be in this game, although we only saw her for like 5 to 10 seconds in episode 1. But TT Games has still decided to include her in some capacity. I'd also like to see a free roam option throughout the Jedi Temple, and I'd imagine we'd see her there alongside with other characters such as Kit Fisto and Luminara, just to name a few. The article closes on Craig's words, which I believe is the perfect explanation on why both gamers and non-gamers alike have fond memories of previous LEGO Star Wars games and why this one is so special. The LEGO Star Wars series is one of the great franchises in gaming. It's light-hearted fun for the entire family, Nearly anyone can play it, has tremendous charm, great storytelling throughout, and it encourages everyone to play together. It's been an honor to contribute to this franchise, and I hope everyone genuinely enjoys the games we created. I think that May 4th this year has been special for many reasons, but I think we're all very fortunate to have the Skywalker Saga to look forward to later this year, especially since the last Battlefront 2 update happened last week, especially since it seems like EA just completely abandoned the game when it is finally a perfect or near perfect game in my opinion. I'm really looking forward to playing the Skywalker Saga and discovering what I love about LEGO and Star Wars all over again, and yes, I will be covering the entire game with gameplay videos once the game is officially released, as I try to 100% complete the game, just like every other LEGO Star Wars game that I've played. As for now though, I think that this will be the last update for the remainder of this month, as we should look towards June or July for another update. I will still be uploading Skywalker Saga videos every Wednesday and Sunday though, discussing other topics and speculation theories about the game, as well as any unexpected updates that may appear. With that said, that's gonna wrap up this video. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on everything related to the Skywalker Saga. Also, check out my level speculation videos every Sunday, where I break down each episode from Star Wars and discuss what playable characters we could get and what each of the 5 levels may look like. This coming Sunday, May 10th, will be a recap video on the entire original trilogy, so I recommend checking that out. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.